Hello everybody again from downtown Yorktown, Virginia. And it's time for another edition of John's Trivia Question. And once again, it will be related to Yorktown, Virginia. Now, the Marquis de Lafayette, now that can also be pronounced the Marquis de Lafayette, by the way. But we usually hear the Marquis de Lafayette. He came over and became close allies with George Washington in 1977, which was about 4 years, a little more than 4 years before the Battle of Yorktown to end the war, which was October 19th, 1781. In fact, we still have a big parade on October 9th every year here. It's a nice small town parade. But today's trivia question is, when Lafayette did come to America in 1977, he boldly asked to become a major general in the Continental Army, and they said yes to it. They agreed to it, made him a major general. How old was he when that happened? A, was he 19 years old? B, was he 25 years old? C, was he 30 years old? Or D, was he 35 years old? Okay? And I'm going to, spoiler alert, I'm going to give the answer away here in a few seconds. So if you want to pause the video, go ahead. I'll wait a few seconds here. And you can rewind it, if the tape if you want, or whatnot. Okay? Okay, I'm going to give you the answer. The answer is A. He was 19 years old. Is that bold or what? I mean, he came over. The backstory is King Louis the 16th, I believe, did not want him to go over and fight. In fact, Lafayette's father had been killed in the 7 Years' War about 18 years earlier by the British. And so he had a vendetta against the British. And he wanted to defeat them. And the king did not want him to come over. Lafayette, being a teenager, what did they do? They sneak out of the house, right? He snuck out of the country, came to America, and was immediately taken by George Washington and really looked up to him. And as I said, somehow, I mean, how bold is that? You're a teenager. What was I doing when I was a teenager? I mean, you know, bowling, I think, hanging out the bowling alley. But he was 19, and he asked to become a major general, and they said yes. Turned out to be a really smart decision, because he ended up to being not only a great leader, but he was a great fighter as well. And a little more than 4 years later, we had the French blockade on the York River, and Cornwallis was defeated, of course. Okay? But anyway, that's it. And we'll see you for the next trivia question. Don't forget, I also post John's Word of the Day videos if you're trying to improve your vocabulary. Okay. Bye.